All right, everyone. Welcome to our video. We have the wonderful Gary and PokeGal joining us today.
Hi, guys. How are you?
Very good. How are you doing?
I'm doing good. Thanks you. Thanks for the invite. I appreciate this a lot. Got me out of this little cave that I got in. And how are you?
Well, I know you and I did an interview. I don't know if it's a year ago or something like a long time ago.
Oh, I would say about probably 6 months ago. But
okay.
yeah,
The older you get, time slows down. So.
Yeah, I agreed. I don't even know how old I am now anymore. So
yeah, that was our first question. How old are you? No.
Young.
Right.
But still young, although legal, but young.
Right. Yeah, I've noticed that you're actively looking for a boyfriend, so I got to get to work on that.
Did you know that Gary tried to introduce me to his son the last time we interviewed?
Oh, that's so
sweet. Prince Pokemon.
Yeah, he has since changed his name from Prince Pokemon to MetaZoo Dev.
Mm-hmm.
So
nice.
Yeah, but that's him. That's him. He's
nice.
He's 29, my 29-year-old son, who's really handsome, just like me. And
he's a baby.
Right. He has a baby face. I know. He looks really super young. But then Tuan wanted me to say hi to you, Anna.
Hello. Tell her I said ciao.
Yeah, I shall. Yes.
Yeah. Oh, happy. Chinese New Year is coming up too, so I'm pretty sure she's excited for that. Started to decorate the house a little bit.
Yeah, she's very. Yeah, Hillary. They're both Vietnamese.
Oh, very good.
So they speak same language, and yeah. But anyway, Tuan told me to say hi to you. She was gonna poke her head in. I can't tell you why she didn't. I don't think. Can I, Hillary? Or
well, you can tell if you want.
Okay. She said that she can't poke her head in unless she puts a bra on. I don't know if you can see that anyway. But I don't know. I figured you as a fellow Vietnamese, maybe you understand her. I don't know.
I'm not sure about the bra.
Okay.
I'm not too sure on that.
Yeah, but she sends her love, and she hopes to talk to you soon.
Gotcha. Wanted to talk to you. So I was at work, and of course I checked my Facebook here and there. And today it came out about that Logan Paul box. So I haven't got a chance to really look and dive into it. Apparently it was stuff with is it G.I. Joe cards? I believe. I wasn't so sure. I quickly looked at it, and then I had to get back to work. What are your thoughts on that?
Yeah, I'll tell you, it's a very, very interesting long story. Now I've spoken to Logan just about every day in the last week. So he's been keeping this very silent, very quiet about what the results, because he knew the results on Saturday. But he, I guess when you have his type of situation, you don't want secrets to leak out. You want to drop your videos, get your millions of views, and one slipped word can ruin the surprise, which can cost you a lot of views. At least that's what he told me. So I assume that's true. And so, yeah, he was very disappointed. I was very disappointed because, anything that reflects negatively on the hobby just breaks my heart. I've been a part of this since 1998, and I've tried so hard to build the hobby and to make it a positive thing. And then to see, these scams and haters and stuff, it seriously breaks my heart. I told Logan on Monday, and he's probably going to watch this. He watches almost everything I do. But I told him on Monday that I was so dejected, about the scam box, and $3.5 million and that I seriously felt like, quitting my social media. I would have continued this series on you guys, on the girls in Pokemon, and I would have continued doing my conventions because I'm obligated to. But I was seriously considering, stopping my Instagram, my little YouTube, and because I was so sad about this, and it seriously breaks my heart to see it happen. And he replied, I wish I could show you the texts on this one, because this one he texted me. He said that he said, Gary, don't. He said, don't. He calls me Dad. He said, don't worry, Dad. We don't have to. He said, don't let this affect you. He said, this is in the long run. This it means nothing, and we do the best we can. He says, you think you take criticism? He said, you should see the criticism that he takes, and which is very, very true. But he said, you just got to keep plugging along and just try to do the right thing and be the right kind of person. Just try to be the positive influence you are, and by quitting, you're not going to do any good. By quitting, you're just going to make matters worse. So he actually, I mean, he's not as dumb as he looks. He actually came up with that, and I have it in writing, and he's right about that. And it's one of the reasons Hillary and I want to talk to you and talk to the other girls in the hobby, because a lot of you take a bad beat. You guys take the nasty comments, the idiot guys that we have in this hobby that are surely a negative influence. But by highlighting, especially people like you, because you're tremendous, you're so upbeat and positive and smart, and especially by highlighting you're such a good example to all the other girls, girls that are a little wary about coming out and, showing themselves out there because they're afraid of all the nastiness in that. And that's why we're doing this series. We're talking to you guys so you can tell us your stories and how you handle it and what advice you have for other girls.
That's a great
I talk
question.
too much.
Oh, not at all. I welcome that. I welcome that. I do want to hear what Hillary has to say a little bit, but I'll start first.
Yeah.
I've been pretty lucky on my part. The community has welcomed me with open arms, and I love all of my followers. I've been unlucky in that part. But I do say, and I think this is not based on because of my gender, but there's been a lot of scams going on, and there's people that try to, how do I say this, interject themselves on sales that I have made just to profit. It has happened like that, where anything that I sell, anything that I buy within the community, I keep it very, very private. Mm-hmm. So there was a big YouTuber that sold her whole collection, and I bought it all. I bought all her for Japanese. And I made a mistake of oversharing it to other people out there. And I guess I understand it's competition. And someone actually came in and messaged her. And it was actually one of the interview that I did. And this person said, hey, this girl is a scammer, and don't sell it to her, but sell it to me, because I guess they just want to compete, get the price they want and flip it. And luckily the seller said, hey, I know, PokeGal for like 10 plus years. She's not a scammer. She's bought over like 10,000 plus from me. Mm-hmm. But other than that, I think not because of my gender. I've been very, very lucky in that department, or maybe it's just the way that I am. If there's any type of criticism, it just goes over my head. It's just, maybe it's just my personality. And if there is, I take it and I smile and I just go on my day. That's how it is. So,
and that's what you would advise to other young ladies who are trying to, come out of the closet and open a channel and be and express themselves and enjoy this hobby like everybody else does. That would be your suggestion. Just let it, bounce off your shoulders. And it's got to be hard though. I know what Tuan, I know she's a 47-year-old woman, and she gets these weirdos that that do these horrible comments and things, and
Yeah.
I mean, it's got to hurt. She tries not to show it, but it hurts me.
Yeah.
You know.
I bet it does.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I bet it does. I'm really sorry that happened to Tuan. My, advice to her is just, hey, you don't know these people. Your next morning, you're gonna wake up and they're gonna be exactly who they are. You're gonna be awesome and have an awesome day, and
Right.
just smile and keep going on, because in life, not everybody's gonna like you and your style, but you like the way that you present yourself, and you have people that likes you, and to me, that's all that matters. Um, I mean, in a way that we are very public, right? We go and we talk, and our energy is out there, and we represent the community in a way we all do. Um, but I just say for all the females out there, hey, go for it. If you don't do it in Pokemon, you're gonna have a career that people don't like you, and you go out, you're gonna face all of this. This is just something. To me, it's every day. Things happen. I try to brush it off. As long as you don't interfere with my business, my reputation, then I'm okay with it. A little word here and there, I wake up in the morning exactly just the way I am. So
Very nice. Yeah.
So
what do you think, Hillary, about that?
No, I think that's a great way to handle it. Of course, there are going to be comments, as much as we hope that they aren't there, but it's how we handle them that matters, and to try and not let it affect you in your everyday life. And I think you have a great handle on it yourself. One thing I did want to ask you is, about your background. Gary tells me you're an attorney. I think that's fascinating. I would love to hear more about your background and how you got into Pokemon.
Oh,
recently,
sure.
she gave it up for Pokemon. She gave up the law.
I gave up law.
She'll tell you about that later.
I came to America during about high school. So I came and I was bullied during my high school years. And so they opened up a local card shop. I had no friends. I barely had any friends during high school. So I went to my local card shop, and I made a lot of friends. Those were all my friends, these card owners and people that joined. Those were my first friends. And I started buying packs. And back then they were like $3 a pack. And I would have my money for Christmas, Chinese New Year, my birthday. I would just go spend it on packs. So that was my social life. I never grew up. Never. Never grew up. Started collecting. I think I stopped a little bit during law school. I wouldn't say I stopped. I slowed down. I think that's the better term. I slowed down a little bit during law school, but then I'm full force. I've been very lucky. I don't open my products. I've learned how to really collect, because early I've learned when you open all these packs, and it's fun, but you waste a lot of money.
Yeah.
A lot. And the sets keep coming out, and I go, you know what? I've learned just to go out, buy singles, do trades, and that's how I beat my collection. But yeah, I think I built a lot.
You save sealed.
I do.
Yeah.
I save a lot. This background is just probably 20% of what I have. So I have more in the storage. But yeah. But other than that, and yeah, I am an attorney. It is great, but I work really hard. I notice the more that I make, the more that I spend on Pokemon cards and frivolous things. So
that's good.
that's good. That is good. But yeah, we'll see. It's a fun journey so far. I'm not ever gonna sell this. I think whoever marries me is gonna be very lucky to get a joint Pokemon community property in California. So, but I like your background. So you collect more of so you're just not Pokemon, right? I think it's a little bit more nice.
Some Nintendo stuff. I do a lot of Nintendo games, video games, and eventually I'll move over so I can display more of my sealed collection of Pokemon cards. I got to move into another room, and I'm looking forward to doing that. But I work with what I got here.
Very nice. Yeah. I still have all my childhood games too in the back. if I ever turn this camera around, which will never happen, maybe one day, you'll see all the game collection that I have. But yeah, that I don't really collect. That I just because I can't give it up yet. So
I understand that feeling very well. I have so many things, and a lot of my things are absolutely worthless, but I love them so much. You know, my sets from the 70s and 80s, you know, my TV, you know, my I Love Lucy cards and my Addams Family and the Munster. I have all the trading card sets, and I just love them so much. And honestly, those are pretty good. I mentioned, but there's many that are worth nothing, and I love them just as much. And their stories are just as important to me. So, yeah, a collector is a collector is a collector, and and so I can imagine, you know, what else you play with. Here, I got a Adobe Flash Player message. Oh, remind me later, right?
Yeah, just always have that.
I'm so bad at this stuff. Let me, I have to find you again, sorry. Oh, there we go. Okay. Now, I know nothing. I am so bad, Anna, that, you know, with I tell everybody all the time, when I was born, we didn't have any TV sets even. We used to sneak to one house on the block that had a TV as little kids, and we would peek through the window and watch their TV set. And so I am no tech expert, and I get baffled by a lot of this. But I'm glad Hillary knows how to do this.
Yeah.
What we're doing right now. I sure wish I did. Now you're in Southern California, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Because I was born and raised right in the heart of Hollywood.
Ooh.
So my mom actually was the personal secretary for Lucille Ball, the I Love Lucy.
Oh wow.
lady. And so we were in the heart of Hollywood all those years growing up. So yeah, I really love Southern California. Man, it's gotten expensive though.
Oh, it is. It has. Yeah. It really has. It's crazy, but it's not compared to San Jose. But it's hot. Everybody loves here. Everybody, I guess, seems like everybody loves Texas.
I don't get it.
Everybody loves Texas. What is California? So, but yeah, but hey, but you're welcome here, Gary. Anytime, come on by. Maybe I can meet your son.
Yeah, deal. Yeah, well, I'm gonna be down there. I'm gonna be down there in Long Beach.
Really? When?
Collecticon is gonna be there in Long Beach on August 20th.
We will meet.
So
you have
absolutely.
Meet.
Absolutely.
We will meet.
Are you still in San Jose?
No, I'm not. I actually live in Orange County. So Long Beach is probably
right there.
Probably a 15-minute drive, but I know where it is. Nice. Collecticon. Cool. Are you going to be there, Hillary?
Not that one. I'm going to go to the one in Florida in February, which I can't wait for. Very hard for me to get away from work, but I'm making an exception.
Very nice.
So I'm going to see Hillary in Orlando, Florida. That's on February 26th and 27th. And that's going to be a blast.
Oh yeah.
That's going to be, but the one in Long Beach is going to be awesome too. So
nice. I've never heard about it.
And you'll see a lot of people, many people are going out.
Ryan's probably going to be there. I'll message him.
Ryan
Rush is probably going to be there. I'm so excited. I need to get out more. I just work all the time, but I'm good. I'm excited.
I did an interview last night with Ryan.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we talked about stuff, and he'll be at all 6 Collecticons.
Nice.
Just like I will. And we're both obligated to and want to. I mean, that's so much fun. It's a little bit hard. The older you get, the little bit harder it gets to keep that schedule in the travel day and all that. But so I only commit to those and nothing more anymore. I can't do it. But that's it's gonna be so cool seeing you guys, and I know I can't wait for February to see Hillary finally in person.
Finally,
because we know each other like this real well, and just like you and I, they're
Nice.
now tell us a if I can ask a question here, Hillary.
Oh yeah.
Now, yes, obviously I follow you and I watch your stuff and I love your interviews. I was telling Hillary that you are just an exceptional interviewer. And that's why I told her we don't need to send you questions or anything like that. I said, because you're just right there. You're excellent improvising and that. And so I know when I watched your recent videos, I saw that you quit your job. You're nearly over $250,000 a year job.
Yeah.
And, right?
Yep.
And you did it all just so you could sit here with Hillary and I. I mean, that's unbelievable.
That is so true. I would not probably be doing this interview if I were
Right.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
How do you feel now?
Oh, I am so happy. That was the best decision I've ever made, was to leave that job. It was a learning experience. I'm so much happier doing what I do now. I do tax. It's a little bit complicated, but I love what I do. It's flexible hours. I took a huge pay cut. I will let you know that, but I'm happy, and that's all that matters,
Yes.
So
it's not about the money, believe me.
No, I got
to. The more you understand that.
Exactly, it's not about the money. I mean, I think I came to a point where I realized I need to stop being greedy, as in, I have more than enough to survive and live. Right. This is, to me, is just luxury. And this is, to me, it's nothing. This is not, Pokemon is something that I want. It's not something that I need.
Right.
And I just realized all this, and I wasn't happy. I really was generally not happy. And, and I was saying myself, all the stuff that I buy, everything that I buy, I spend it with the time that I work. It's the money that I spent. I work and I just buy, and I can't even enjoy what I have. I just buy and I just sit in the corner.
Yeah, you were saying like 14-hour days.
14, 13, crazy. It was just nuts. It was just writing and writing and writing. And I had no support when I left that job from family members. And when I just walked out of it. But I'm happier. I'm much happier. I work 8 hours a day. And that's it. I go home. I'm happy. So I can focus on other things in life, like meeting your son, dating. And
I love that.
So I'm much happier, and I can sleep well at night, and I'm not stressed. And that's the best thing. So I can enjoy Pokemon a little bit more. So I wanted to ask you guys something. So I've noticed this, but I've been finding a lot of celebration and a lot of more modern sets in stores. Are you guys noticing that too, or just me?
I have noticed that. I even went looking for cards today, and I'm finding packs just sitting on the shelves. And I didn't think we'd see that day anytime soon. So I think they're just printing the snot out of these modern sets, which will probably hurt the value for the next decade. But that's to be determined. I can't see the future, but I am definitely finding way more product on shelves than I did a year ago.
I agreed.
And I've noticed with all the pack and box breaks and that, they've way increased. So people are finding that stuff, and they're putting it out on YouTube and showing the openings. So no question that the supply has caught up. No question.
Oh, I totally predicted that. So what do you mean, Gary, by box breaks? So are people buying more box breaks on, I think, was it Whatnot?
They're buying more product off the shelves, and then they come home and break it on their YouTubes.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
I see.
For a while there, you didn't see very many breaks because it was hard for anybody to find anything. Now they're finding stuff. So no question the supply has come up quite a bit.
Yeah.
I wanted to say something. Did I understand right? Because I can identify with this with you. Something in my life. I can identify with, where you mentioned that you basically, pushed yourself so hard to succeed. And a lot of it was because of parental, guidance, or about being pushed by your mom or something, or is that right? Did I
Yeah.
understand that right?
In some ways, yes. Yeah, absolutely. Um, I I think my background helped
Mhm.
shape who I am today.
Yeah.
To I'm, as much as I think as much as my mom has stressed out my life a lot, but
Mhm.
I contribute a lot to her. She showed me a lot how to save, and
Mhm.
just how to, I think, just how to manage and be organized financially. And I think that's where a lot of people don't know. I think they need a little bit more towards education, towards that financially, how to manage, how to save. And that's what I wanted to learn. So I also have a degree in financial planning.
Mhm.
Um, so eventually I hope just to expand that. Uh, but right now I think I'm just doing tax. But yeah, um, that's what it is. It's just my mom. But this is all based on experience too, because I have purchased a lot of things where, oh no, I've lost money.
Mhm.
But I think this is just all experience. And I do hope the people that have lost money doing Pokemon, because a lot of people, when they went all out and
Mhm.
they were willing to pay all these outrageous prices, and a lot of people, when I did my channel, they reached out to me and says, hey, um, I lost a lot of money doing this, what can I do? And I talk back to them and I guide them, and that was eventually, it's all experience to me. And but yeah,
So you
but
got a
yeah,
lot of that from your mom. Yeah,
yeah.
yeah. Just quickly,
Hmm.
my parents pushed me into the sciences because my degrees are in biological chemistry. And
Oh.
so uh, my love back then, now we're talking about the early 70s, right? But my love back then was journalism and writing. I loved reading, I loved writing. I wanted to go into journalism, so I made that my minor. But then the sciences, that was a lot of work, and I had to do, that took up most of my time. But as soon as I got out, I quit it. It wasn't. That's why I tell people, seriously follow what you love to do,
Hmm.
because you're going to wake up every morning and do it for the rest of your life.
Mhm.
Make it something that you want to get up in the morning for. And
Yeah.
listen, life is going to go on. You're going to get older year by year by year, and money shouldn't be that big of a determinant. Uh, so do something that you love. Now, if you can combine it, now I would have loved the law. You see, I didn't think about that back then, because I love that field. Uh, but along with that, I would still have my hobbies. All my years, I always had my hobbies to fall back on. And so, but my parents, and back then you did what your parents said. I
Mhm.
think very much so with your culture, you do what your parents said, even today. And so, for me, I did what they said. And now I think the kids are a little more free to, you know, choose their own path.
Mhm.
And so anyway, when you were talking about that, I identified with my life, what I went through, and being pushed by my parents. And my parent, like your mom, means only the best for you, and my parents meant only the best for me, and they thought that was what was best for me. Uh,
Yeah.
and I decided myself, I'd probably be writing for the Inquirer now or something. I don't know.
Yeah. I think it's best to also have your own boundaries,
Mhm.
where you realize, okay, they're pushing me, but they're not living my life, right? They're not. I mean, she's tried to, I would say, interfere with my dating life. Don't get me wrong. But
Oh.
I always tell her, I wake up to this person, not you. So she's realized, okay, she's
Mhm.
stepping back. Um, but yeah, I think you got to tell them, hey, stop it. Because when I left that last job, I had no support from her, no
Right.
support. And then I just started to realize, I was living my life to make her happy, that she can go brag and says, oh, my daughter is the attorney for these type of celebrities. But then I wasn't happy at all, like at all. And so
what does she feel about your hobbies?
Oh, she doesn't know how much Pokemon is. She doesn't understand Pokemon whatsoever. So I always make a joke. I said, Mom, if anything ever happened to me, my collection's in the millions. So please, please do your research. And then she goes, wait, it's not worth like $200? Oh my gosh. She's like, I can't put it on the garage sale and just tell people these are cards, and I'm like, no. I said, Mom,
God forbid anything happened to you and she got your collection. Who knows what would have happened?
Mom, so I went and I did a trust right away. So I did a trust and I wrote exactly what I want, how to sell it, and she gets my life insurance, the animal, and the rescue gets the Pokemon collections. She doesn't get anything. She knows that.
Did you just say animal rescue?
Yeah.
That's tremendous.
I
Tell
put
us a little
3
bit
animal
about
rescue.
that.
Huh?
Tell us a little bit about that.
Yeah, I do a lot of animal rescue. I try to set up with 501c3s for a lot of animal rescue, and I do donate. I do a lot of fostering, and that's my other hobby. Besides spending a lot of money in cards, I say I spend a lot of money in vet deals, and it's a little bit of that's a huge passion of mine. And but yeah, I use a lot to extend that and what I love. And but yeah,
we need to talk about that. I need to talk to you privately about that. Just yesterday, in the last 2 days, I've been on the internet looking for the first dog for Akira.
Oh, good.
Because of her autism, she doesn't understand too well. Like when I would take her to see puppies, she would pick them up by the ears and not know that hurts the dog. So we bought her a couple parakeets and a couple hamsters, trying to get her used to handling them gently and being gentle with them. And we just couldn't get her a dog, but we thought, well, maybe she's 7 now, 7.5, and maybe it's time now we can get her a dog. So I was just on the internet the last 2 days looking for, and I'll tell you why. It's I think King George something Spaniel, something like that. And the only reason why is because one of our friends, a YouTuber and a neighbor here in Vegas, Graham Stephan, him and his girlfriend Macy, they have the Spaniard. She's always had them. She says they're the best for kids, especially kids on the spectrum, because they're gentle and they're trainable, they're teachable, they're fairly durable. And so I want to talk to you privately, because we want to, but then again, the one I found, it was like $5,000 for the Spaniel. And
was it an adoption fee, or that's just to buy the dog?
That was to buy the dog, and that was the only for the pet. That was not for any paper, any pedigree, anything else. So I thought, well, this just doesn't sound right, and so I had heard about rescues before. I'd never had a dog my entire life, but I had heard about rescues, so I started looking that up, and I thought, well, maybe this is the way to go.
Oh, so, that's definitely the way to go, because you don't actually pay a breeder, right? With rescue, the dog actually goes to a vet, and this is a good rescue, I assume, but usually, hopefully, there's some rescues out there that are questionable, but most rescues are pretty good, where they vet the dog, and then you pay an adoption fee as well. And I'm sure it's not $5,000, at least I hope not. You have all the paperwork, you have all the the vetting, and the chip, spayed or neutered. Right. Let's talk about that.
Yes, we will.
I congratulations. I hope that she'll get a dog. So that was
I wanted the way that because we go over to Graham Stephan's house, and their dog's name is Bailey, and she just loves that dog. The dog climbs on her and she goes like this, and with autistic children, they're a little bit socially awkward. And so this, kind of helps them to, I think, warm up to something else, and something else that's alive, and something that is going to treat her the same, no matter whether she has autism or doesn't have autism. And so we thought maybe now's the time to do that. And so, but me, I've never had a dog. I know nothing about that, besides walk and poop, stuff like that, but that's about it. And so I do want to talk to you, and because we want to do this for the first time. So that's great.
Yeah, that would be great.
Okay.
That would be great. Hillary, I do have a question to ask you though.
Oh, please do.
I'm interested. So how are you doing the podcast? Are you bringing other YouTubers to do this in? Are you going out live? How often are you doing it? And do you find it exhausting? Because what I did, I was so exhausted. I was like, oh my.
I don't find it exhausting because I genuinely love making YouTube videos. I have a good job, and this is my hobby. I started during COVID when I was out of work, and I don't want to ever stop. I love Pokemon. I love talking to wonderful people like you and Gary, and I can't say I find it exhausting at all. And I look forward to every person I talk to. And when he told me about you, I said, oh, that's fascinating. And I just couldn't wait to talk to you. And as far as doing them, I haven't done any live yet, not rolling that out. I definitely would consider doing them live. But this is all recorded. I'm going to upload it. I'm going to let it process. I'm going to write a description. I'm going to put links to your YouTube, your Instagram, all that stuff, so people can find you, because there's going to be people who say, wow, she's great. I want to watch her videos. And so it's a good way to get some exposure for you as well. So yeah, for now, it's just going to be uploaded on YouTube. And when I get some more of them established, I'm going to do a podcast of the series. And I'm looking forward to uploading that as audio.
Gotcha.
Yeah, tell her who you have lined up.
Oh, we have a few.
Pokey Chloe and
Pokey Chloe.
Okay.
Yeah, Laughing Pikachu. Is that her name?
She's a good Hannah. Yeah.
Anna knows her.
Yeah.
Yeah. So she's been, she stopped with YouTube, and I'm sure so many people are going to be wondering, what she's up to. Mm-hmm. I cannot wait to talk to her. She's going to be
she's really amazing. I did an interview with her. Oh, she's amazing. I did.
Okay.
I did.
I got to go back and watch some of yours.
Have you heard of The Cat's Meowth?
No.
Yeah, she's a very good friend of mine. Look her up. She stopped a little bit. Life happened, according to her. And she stopped a little bit. She sold all of her collection. I bought all of her Japanese. She graded some of it. And but Gary, just to let you know, and Hillary, she is the latest one to get the PSA 10 Skyridge Charizard, and she's selling it. That's her. That is her. She got it, I think, a month ago, and she hasn't put it on the market yet. But she wanted to know if anybody's interested in buying that she can trust. And I said, I'm not sure if I want to put $27,000 in that card. I'll try to grade mine, but
yeah.
But yeah.
That's remarkable. Good for her getting that score. That's fantastic.
Yeah.
Ooh, I'll have to reach out to her, see if she wants to come on and talk about it.
She will. She's such a sweetheart. Such a sweetheart. And who else? Yeah.
Danny Sanchez.
We're good.
Getting her on soon.
Uh-huh.
And let's see. Yeah, a few others. We have a few lined up. So
yeah, we got a good little list going. Yeah, now there's going to be a.
She asked you how often. Yeah, she asked you how often, Hillary. So how often do we hope to run these?
I would say weekly or bi-weekly. We're putting them out now. I know we put one out 2 weeks ago. That was our last one, but yeah, weekly or bi-weekly would be our good consistent schedule here.
Good.
Yeah, we had it lined up. Just Plays Pokemon.
No.
Okay, Just Plays Pokemon. She's from New Zealand. And she has like 10,000 Instagram followers. She's pretty popular. But she is in the middle of a difficult pregnancy. We were gonna interview her Tuesday, and she had to back out, because she was having difficulties with this pregnancy and that. So yeah, so Jess plays Pokemon. She's another one that, you know, we'll get down the road at some point.
Yeah, hopefully we'll get to talk to her in the future. She seems very nice. And yeah, I'm sure there's people that I haven't even heard of yet that I'm going to wind up interviewing and learning about. And I'm really looking forward to that. And with my job, you know, I work 14 hours a day, sometimes 3 days to 4 days in a row, but that gives me 4 to 3 days off to focus on YouTube. And I love that I can make that with my schedule where I have time to, whether it's go card hunting and put that on YouTube or things like this and plan for it ahead. It's like I have a more time for my hobby than I expected to going back to work, but I was glad I was able to manipulate my schedule like that.
Nice. 14 hours a day, but 3 consecutive. Oh my, how do you do that?
So it takes a lot of work, but yeah, it's sleeping, rolling out of bed, showering, going straight back to work, and not having enough sleep. I sometimes by the third, if it's a fourth day, I'm like so tired, I'm dizzy. But coffee.
Oh yeah, I agreed. I did not like coffee, and then I realized, oh my God, I really like coffee. I really like coffee, and
you guys make me so happy to be retired hearing those stories.
I will say my favorite coffee on the planet is Vietnamese iced coffee.
Oh my goodness, that's crack. I kid you not. If I drink that, I will be awake. I will be awake. I had one of my good friends. We went to, I think, Las Vegas, and she's never tried that before. And then we're like, you know what? We got to stop at Lee's Sandwich. She's like, okay. She's like, you got to try this coffee. And she just downed it. I kid you not. She was awake for like 2 days. 2 days. She was like, what is this? What is this? So, oh my God, that is
next time you come, Tuan's going to want to take you out, you know, show you the best Vietnamese restaurants. She knows them all.
Oh, I know them all here too.
Oh, yeah,
when you come to Long Beach, I think we should have dinner.
Yes.
Or lunch. I think let's do that. I think that would be great.
All
so
right.
on me. On me. So
yeah, I think Hillary, you have some specific questions you wanted to ask about.
Oh, well, I feel like we covered so much already, and some of those questions are already answered. I got to look at my teleprompter over here.
Right.
So I was going to say, if you enjoyed anything that your fans might not know about your pet rescue, I mean, that's a big thing. That's got to feel so fulfilling though, to have that, the fostering the pets and stuff. Like that's something I would love to do down the road.
That takes a lot of time as well. A lot of time. So let's just reiterate that 4 times, just emphasize. But yeah, because when you foster cat, you have to socialize them, or dogs. You want to make sure they're adoptable. And that.
What do you mean socialize?
So sometimes when you take a dog from a shelter, or a cat from the shelter, they're not social. They're not used to humans yet, right? So they can't be adoptable. So you gotta basically take your time and then work with them, play with them, hold them, be like, hey, humans are kind of cool and nice. And by the way, we feed you with a food source, so don't scratch us. And
right, okay.
So it takes time to make sure they're adoptable. But yeah, I really like what I do. I think that's I think that's probably my number one priority right now, is just do rescuing and then Pokemon. But yeah, other than that, I've been very lucky. My entry point in Pokemon has been 21 years already. So I have all the collection, every set that there is. I haven't graded most of it. Actually, some are coming back. So I haven't seen the grade, but I'll probably do a video. I have a lot of cards coming back, and the bill was really hefty. And I thought of you, Gary. Oh my goodness gracious. That bill was my goodness.
Scary. I actually got them to, I don't know if this is a word, but de-encapsulate 10 of them. Because the upcharge was so much that it didn't make any sense.
Yeah.
And I have never paid an upcharge in 23 years. Well, since I started with some Magic the Gathering sports cards in 1995. So I haven't been upcharged in my entire life. And then finally that order came back, and now I guess they have all the numbers and names and prices in. And so now they can upcharge. They know the values right away, where before they never bothered before. Well, they do now, and it is scary. How much.
It was.
That one order, they were upcharging me $5,200 in grading fees.
And 10 cards.
Yeah, that was 15 cards. But 15, same thing. Yeah. I kept 5 encapsulated. That made sense to me to keep them. But at least PSA was nice enough to do it.
Yeah.
To bust them out. Although they could have been nicer and said, well, Gary, we know, that this is for your charity work and that. So we'll just keep them encapsulated and not charge you the upcharge. They could have said that, but they cracked them all out and they sent it back. And at least it was something. Yeah.
Wow. I did it with my local card shop. So, but wow.
Yeah.
I'm prepared. I'm prepared. So Hillary, do you sell as well? Do you collect and sell, or do you just collect like me? And I barely ever sell. I have not sold a card in years.
I can count on one hand the amount of times that I've sold something for my collection, and half of that went to friends that really wanted it. And every time I sell something, I feel like I'm dying inside. I was like, I can't replace it. I don't know what I'm gonna do. How am I gonna live without it? So
welcome.
Yeah, welcome. No, I am a collector who does not sell, and that's also why I actually don't grade cards, because sure, I would grade a high value card if I were to sell it and get a return on it, but where I'm not selling and it's $100 alone just for a regular submission to PSA, I wouldn't even consider it, because why? It's going to sit on my shelf. Why not wait till the prices go back down, or try an alternative service like, robo grading or something like that. So for now, PSA is off the table for me, because it would just be, between the upcharges, I just don't even bother grading cards. It's something I've been meaning to put a video out on, because a lot of people say, are you going to grade that card? Are you going to grade that card? I said, sure, I'd like to have it graded for my collection, but without selling it, I just don't think it's feasible.
Also, the waiting times, 1 year waiting times and stuff like that. It takes the fun out of grading. And nobody knows more about grading than I do. And I mean, the anticipation of them coming back and, what grades did they get? That's the fun of it. But after a month, after month, after month, you start not really caring. You start.
I agree.
Whenever you lose that anticipation and that. And so it really takes the fun out. I have not graded a single card in a year because of that.
Wow.
And I have a little backlog I could grade, because I do like to grade cards for my collection. I've sold like 3 or 4 cards in the last year. I don't sell much, but I do like to have them graded in my collection. And, but number one, I won't do it because I don't want to wait a year to get it back. And you know what? We can always grade later, right, Hillary? You can always send your cards in next year or the year after, or that.
You're not going anywhere.
Have to be now. You're not trying to flip it now.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. Yeah. That's very, very true. And by the time that when the cards come back, I think with the cat's meowth in mind, I sent about 3 months after her, but I think she waited a year and like 4 months just to get her first back fast. And I was like, hey, what did you send? And she goes, I don't even know. I don't even remember. I don't even remember. I think with her was that when she sent it, she said this on the interview, so I'm not disclosing anything confidential, but when she sent it, the value was so high. When she got them back, oh no, she's like, oh crap, if I waited a year earlier, it was okay. But I think she sold, well, her entry point was very little, right? Was very low, but then she eventually sold those cards, but not for what she was hoping for during that bloom. But yeah. So I mean, you're right. After all these time grading, I mean, we'll see. And I don't think I'm going to sell it. I think I'm just going to pay them. and just go here. These are just for my collection. You're right, Hillary. It's just gonna sit there. What am I gonna do? Stare at them? It's gonna sit there. It's just gonna sit there. So
it's also the thing where it's you lose the anticipation.
Yes.
But a lot of that is because you don't know when they're gonna come back. It's not like if you tell me 12 months from today that order is gonna come back, then as it builds up to that time, maybe a little bit of that fun would come back. But it's month after month, and you keep, psacard.com looking for, if the order is moved or anything. It's become, a kind of a trial, it's a difficult thing.
Yeah.
And then a disappointment, every day a disappointment. And at least if they would tell you, I'm going to have your cards back in 12 months from today, that would be better than coming back, 12 months without us know, or 14 months or 16 months, or just not knowing.
Yeah,
and,
I agree.
And the frustration that brings. Yeah.
Oh, I totally agree. Yeah, absolutely. But
now, I want to ask you a question, because we are going to be interviewing Laughing Pikachu.
Okay.
Yeah, of course it's Hannah Fawcett, of course.
Yeah.
Is her name.
Yeah.
And she, because we'll put in a little bit of a plug for what's coming up, on this, these videos, the girls in Pokemon. First off, how did you happen to connect with her? Now she's been going for many years, like 2014 or something like that, I think. How did you connect with her and get her on your podcast so you could interview her?
Gotcha.
How did that happen?
I think the people in Pokemon, they're all connected to each other somehow. So all the people that I interview, they're my friends. They're all my Facebook friends, or we've been friends for quite a while. Hana is actually really good friends with the cat's meow. And then when I started doing YouTube videos, which is a while back, and then I quit, she reached out to me and says, "Hey, I saw you on YouTube, and I said, great." And I think we talked a little bit, and we're friends. So it was just getting a friend to do an interview for me. So it's like, "Hey, you want to come back and do an interview?" Sure. Okay, great. That's it.
Isn't she a pleasure?
Oh, she is.
What
I think everybody in Pokemon who I've talked to, they've been so wonderful, so welcoming, like both of you guys. Oops, I hit this. Both of you guys, so welcoming. I love it. I love people that are genuine about this. And you can tell when someone is not genuine about this. They can sit there and says, "Hey, this card is worth this much money." And you're like, I don't think it is. But when you talk to someone that's genuine, that really knows their product, very welcoming, wonderful, willing to help the community. And during my channel, what I do is that I try not to bring in people who I know that's just trying to promote themselves to sell a product. And I try to do that. And that's what I've noticed a little bit on, like later on when I started my channel, that I try to just bring people that are true collectors. Unfortunately, I would love to bring more females in, but I think I'm going to stop doing interviews for quite a while. I'm so glad to be back on doing this. But I'm so excited for the series of you guys. So please bring in more female collectors. Yes. That is so great. I think that is excellent.
We have a nice list of people that we're working on, and fortunately they're nice enough to come on with us.
Yes.
And so, I mean, I was a little bit apprehensive myself because, girls in Pokemon, and yet here's some old man, on the thing too. So I started, I felt a little uncomfortable. I did get a comment because I would look at the comments on this, right? And like 99% positive I've seen.
Yeah.
But there was one saying, tell the old man not to talk so much.
No, I love when you talk.
Yeah, maybe I'm kind of, since I'm so old, I'm kind of asexual, so they don't see me as a man or a woman. They just see me as a muck or a blob.
Gary, I can tell you that you don't fit the asexual. Okay, I can tell you that at all.
Okay.
You're definitely not that. Okay, that's definitely not asexual here. Tuan did not hear that.
No.
I did not hear that. I do have 2 recommendations for you.
So we hope to keep it going, keep it going like it is, and it means the world to us.
I have 2 recommendations because I really want to. I said I have 2 recommendations for females. The Cat's Meow, and I want you to go to Jessica Geeked Out Collectibles. So
yeah, I've done an interview with her.
Oh, she is amazing.
Isn't she something?
And Laughing Pikachu, which you guys already have on. So she's amazing. Get her on. She knows her stuff. She's data.
Yeah.
Oh, I mean, she is wonderful. So
I interviewed with Geeked Out Collecting because I was trying to help her channel when she was getting started. And so we'll definitely get her on. She was tremendous.
Oh, she is smart.
And the Cat's
articulate.
Meow. Hillary will follow up on Cat's Meow and then Laughing Pikachu's already scheduled. So
let me know. We're all friends. We're all connected. So let me know if you ever need help. I would love to give back to the community, and you guys are so wonderful.
Thank you so much.
We will work out. Oh yeah, I know they'll be more than happy to. I can't speak on their behalf, but I know.
Yes.
I know they will. And so let me know. You guys been wonderful. Hillary, keep rocking, by the way. And Gary, we're gonna have dinner one day. So
That's right. And in August, we'll be down there. Now we're just gonna drive down because, I'm in Vegas. So we're just a 4-hour drive to where you are. So we'll plan an extra day. Yeah.
That is true. Plan an extra day. We will meet. But you have to go to Little Saigon because I don't think Long Beach has Vietnamese food. You got to go to the Little Saigon down here, and then there's authentic Vietnamese food. We'll go from there. So.
Wonderful. Oh, that's great.
Right. Hillary, I'm interested in you. So I would like to ask you some questions if that's okay.
You absolutely can.
Thanks. Excellent. So how are you collecting? Are you just buying packs open? Because I remember I saw you express that you can't go and buy some packs. And I felt the same way. So how are you collecting? Are you just buying singles? Are you still opening packs? Are you keeping it sealed?
Well, I'm doing both. I'm buying stuff to open because I just genuinely love opening cards. Whether or not I get a hit, it's still fun for me. And I got to open some from every set. But of course, I have a sealed collection, which is in a totally separate room, nice and safe. I try not to look at it and not get tempted by it. But there's been a lot of great modern sets. The pull rates I think are more difficult than in the past. I feel like the Sun and Moon era was kind of like that golden modern era where they just introduced all these beautiful full art cards. So I think that we're going to look back on the Sun and Moon era of cards and really miss some of the pull rates and the beautiful art that they had. Now that this doesn't have, great, beautiful cards, the new, Sword and Shield era stuff, but I love to open way too much. I wish I had unlimited money so I could just open cards all day. Someday I'll get there.
You will when your channel takes off. You will.
I think it'll happen.
Oh, definitely.
Well, you've done well lately, so yeah, keep it up.
So I do want to know, because it is female, in the hobby. Was it difficult for you to just transition to doing YouTube? Was there any, perhaps any negative feedback that someone say, or there's anything out there when you started, or has it been a very much positive experience?
So for me, initially, there wasn't really anything but positive feedback because there was like 5 people watching for the first, I don't know, year maybe, or at least 6 months that I was doing YouTube. But then when the channel, took off, I think that video where you first saw me, where I missed your message there, that was when I started watching the channel. And I didn't really expect it. It was just overnight. I'm just looking at my phone. I'm like, what is happening here? What's going on? And next thing I know, I had an audience. And that's when the negative comments started. And people who, didn't know me and know that I play Pokemon, I genuinely like the hobby, and it's a labor of love for me. Those people were saying, oh, a lot of comments about my looks or thinking that I don't know Pokemon and stuff. And I got a lot of that. And I take a lot of criticism at my job. I work in the adult entertainment industry. I work at a strip club doing everything, between being the DJ, manager, managing online, all that stuff. So I deal with a lot there, and I get verbally, physically assaulted on a daily basis. And so that would make me have a thick skin for sure when it comes to those types of comments. But it is disappointing to see all that backlash when I'm just doing something that I love and I'm happy to do it. It does concern me for other women in the hobby that they'll see those types of comments and they'll want to retract and not put themselves out there because, I'm doing things that people probably shouldn't be attacking me for. Here I am opening cards and I'll get all sorts of comments about my looks or, like I said, about Pokemon that I don't know what I'm talking about.
I'm sorry that you went through that. That's terrible. Wow.
I mean, it is terrible, but like I said, I'm resilient. It doesn't affect me the way it may affect other people, but it's still unfortunate.
Exactly. What I'd say, it's been positive. I don't speak on all of the females' behalf, so, but yeah, I mean, I've been attacked for my looks, and I think it's just, and it's sad because I think me and you can relate to this because when I did my job, of course, doing law, you get a lot of things. You get like, hey, she's a B word. And I think it's sad to a point where I hear this so much where I'm like, okay, and just go on with my life. And that's sad. And you're right, because I think with the background that we do with our job, that this is sad. It's coming normalized. But in the same way, it's helped me build who I am. And if it wasn't for that, I would never open myself up to just the public and just doing YouTube. So keep doing you. And like, I've learned that the people that say those things, I mean, they're just.
I heard a good tip in there from Hillary. That's good for for all the girls, the up and comers to know, and that is, she said like for 6 months she had such a limited audience. She'd have 5 people watching or something, but she didn't quit. She didn't stop. And
Good
that's
for
why
you.
I try telling everybody, you enjoy doing it, just keep doing it.
Yep.
People are eventually that's gonna transfer over to people.
Correct.
And they're gonna see it.
Correct.
And it happened with me and both of you two and several others, is that I just liked something that was happening that you were talking about. And so I joined in, I watched. So I like that tip from Hillary that, even if it starts off slow, it could end very, very well. Don't give up. If you enjoy it, keep doing it. And don't do it just for the views.
Right.
Do it because you like doing it, and then the audience will follow.
Correct. And whoever enjoys you will continue to watch you. And if they don't, you know what? Nobody has a gun in your head. You can click out and watch somebody else. That's it.
One thing that, I've enjoyed about YouTube is, my interests aren't common for a lot of people my age. And I got to put myself out there and share the things that I like. And I found other people that I've become friends with that enjoy it with me. I've made so many friends in the community that I felt like I was doing it alone, and I don't feel like I'm doing Pokemon alone anymore. And I think that's really the best part of it for me.
Correct. And Hillary, keep on doing. And I've learned that every one person that doesn't like what you do, there's like 9 other people that do.
Yes, so, I like that.
To me, I mean, don't get me wrong, I get negative feedback, but I got so much positive feedback, and I made so much wonderful friends who care and love me, right? And great connection, and who I buy their collections from. We trade, and to me, that's just outweighed all the negative out there. And
you keep that relationship going. I mean, I've mentioned before, I've never changed my email. I have an AOL address I've had since the 90s that I pay for every month, right? But it's because all the people I met back then all knew me through that email. And 20 years later, sometimes they'll email me and they'll say, Gary, I got all these cards from you many, many years ago, but now life has changed, and would you be interested in them? And so because I built those relationships and kept the possible communication up, they were able to come back to me because they felt better if they sold something to me than somebody else. So
correct.
Yeah, those relationships are really, really important. Yeah, I agree with that.
Yeah, absolutely. But yeah, I mean, I try to build a reputation. I build great rapport with Ryan Rush and Pokemon World, where when someone sells me a card, they don't even do a background, not a background, but a little called reference check, because I'm so well known in that. And I built that, and that's what I want to do. Like, I just purchased about $600 worth of cards actually today, and she just sent me right away. She goes, "Oh, I don't even need a reference check. I know who you are." Great, because I built that. That's what I want to do, and just keep moving forward. And but I'm just excited for all the females out there, and just anybody who loves Pokemon. At the end of the day, I always tell myself it's cardboard. So it's cardboard. There's no need to be mean over this, unless that person's out scamming someone and says, "Hey, your cardboard's worth more than it is," then we gotta speak up. But that is, to me, there's just no need at all. So
I wouldn't want to sell to those people anyway if I was selling.
Yeah,
I'd rather get less from somebody who's a benefit to the hobby.
right.
And I've worked too many years too long to build that up, to help the hobby, and to get those negatives. Don't need them. That's why I was telling Hillary, I block everybody on my YouTubes, on my Instagrams. I block everybody that says a nasty thing about anybody else, especially. I just block them. I know it's censorship, but I don't care. Right now, my people on Instagram, I got to have the best people in the world.
Yes.
Because they're all positive, nice, all helpful. And that's because I got rid of all the riffraff. And
exactly.
So I know people don't like that. Hillary is torn both ways. She understands both ways. But fortunately, at my station in life, I don't care. So I would rather get rid of anybody that'll make a nasty comment. Then they can come back to me later, and many do. And they say, "Gary, I know I did this, said that, but I'd really like to, come back on." And I always let them back on.
Yeah.
Of course, but I just don't want to read those comments and read nasty stuff, read mean things about myself or other people.
Yeah.
I just don't want that. So
it's mentally draining too. I completely understand. And that's the way that you have to deal with it to move on, to live a very positive life. Oh, go you. Everybody has a different way to just block out negative energy. And so, but yeah, I mean, I completely understand. You just got to do you, and the people that love you would just follow. And I have a great audience, which keep asking me, and I keep apologizing. I will be back, but I eventually will. So.
Now, you had mentioned in a previous video that you were thinking about, going back to work, but of course in a situation that you really like more. So I know you're doing your tax work, now. Is that kind of an in-between thing until you find something? Say hi.
Hi.
Oh, hi. Hi, honey.
She loves rats.
Oh, what a nice rat. Oh, that's so nice. Oh, she's so
say hello. Say hi.
Hello.
Hi.
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 Wait.
Oh, what a nice rat.
Hi.
She always seems to. What are you looking at? What are you looking at?
Is she shy?
She never looks at
camera
me.
shy?
I think I put on different glasses, and she's very, very perceptive. Any little tiny things, she wants things to stay she's with her autism, wants things to stay the same. And so any little change, that's why she was just staring at these glasses. She knows they're not my regular ones.
Gary Hayes.
Gary Hayes? What's your name?
Devin Haase.
Is that your brother?
Devin Haase.
That's Pokemon Prince. That's her brother.
Yeah.
Devin Hayes. What's your name? What's your full name?
Devin Haase.
Your name?
Devin
Akara.
Haase.
You're Akara.
You want a Devin Haase?
Oh, you want to be Devin Haas?
Hi, Akara.
You're so cute.
Hi, Akara.
Hi, Anna. Hi, Anna.
Akara Hayes.
Yeah. Hi, Anna.
Hi, Anna.
Hi, Hillary.
Hi, Kara. You're having a good day?
You're so cute.
You want to say goodbye?
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye. Oh, that's so cute. Oh, there's Gary. Welcome back.
Okay. It's okay. Well, you want me to hold you?
Oh.
But you're going to bed now. Are you going to bed now? Sorry, man. Oh, okay. Okay, mommy wants you. Bye-bye. Oh. Oh, well.
Hey, welcome. We love having a guest. Hey.
So
Okay.
cute.
Bye-bye. Bye-bye. Oh, here she's back. Sorry about that, guys.
No, not at all.
We like the
Kidding.
company.
Yeah, we love the company.
I mean, she is a girl in Pokemon.
Exactly.
There we go.
Exactly.
She knows how to put cards into card savers and
Uh-huh.
and soft sleeves, and
She ever sorted a binder?
she has her own binder. Uh-huh.
Wow.
Yes, she does.
Yeah, I have a son with autism, and
Mhm.
I think that he's gonna love having his own binders and sorting the cards.
Yeah, he's about 10 years old, right? Or
Oh
11?
no, he's about to be 4.
Oh, he's about to be 4.
He
Oh,
looks
I'm
old, I
thinking
know.
of Jess.
He
Yeah, I'm
looks like
thinking
he's
of
like
Jess.
6 or 7.
Right, that's right. Yeah, I was thinking of Jess. She has a 10-year-old
Mhm.
son. That's right. Yeah, yours is 4.
Mhm.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Nice.
there's the apple of my eye. That's for
Mhm.
sure. She's the best. And I wanted to, and like I tell everybody, because we have a lot of autistic followers, and that I
Mhm.
wouldn't change a hair on her head. Not one hair. She's perfect like she
Oh.
is. And like Hillary can relate to. I mean, they're absolutely perfect.
Mhm.
And way, way, way more perfect than me.
Mhm.
You know. So, yeah.
I wanted to ask both of you guys this question. Sorry, I haven't been back on just doing this kind of stuff, so I'm excited to do the interview as well.
Yeah.
I want to know if both of you guys have been in a transaction where you promise to sell somebody like a card or just any collectible, where they tell you one thing that, hey, this is for my personal collection, and then you've realized later, oh my god, this person's just trying to make a quick buck out of it. Anything like that happen to you, and where you're like, hey, I can't move forward with this transaction?
Yeah, Hillary?
Not me. No, I've never been in that situation, because like I said, I can count on one hand the time I've sold stuff, and it hurt me every time, so I won't do it again.
Yeah, and has it happened to me? I think it's probably happened many times, because in the early part of the 2000s, I kept up an active eBay and everything, and did a lot of transactions offline. But yeah, it did, and I never liked it. I never liked it. I would give somebody a break because I liked that person, or I would sell something I didn't want to sell because I liked that person. And sometimes I sold something I didn't want to sell for a price I didn't want to sell it for to that person. And that's when it would come back and bite me, because the next week it'd be on eBay, hoping for a nice,
Wow.
flip amount. So yeah, that's happened to me. What about you, Anna?
Oh, I hardly ever sell.
Yeah.
I think I'm Hillary. I think I'm like Hillary. I don't even think I can count 5 things I've sold.
Right.
I think
It hurts.
I don't really sell. I
Yeah.
think that's one of my biggest fears. It was like that.
Yeah.
When I did my YouTube channel, I got a lot of offers for my sealed collection, like some of my sealed boxes, but it was just a great feeling because the people eventually I found out just doing a quick link and just a quick Facebook transaction. I found out there were just box breakers who told me that it was for my collection, and I realized they were just gonna flip it. So I wasn't feeling well doing that. I'm glad I just, like I said myself, I'm in a position where I don't need to sell, and thank goodness for that. But I contemplated multiple times of selling. I'll be dead honest. Multiple times, because I do like to have that money. And it's just, just in case I'm worried if anything does happen or anybody open my storage unit. There's, oh my goodness, a gold mine. I thought about it, but I mean, not that convinced yet. I mean, I think I was on the edge about like probably 70%. But then it just went down. But I'll be okay. I mean, don't think I'll sell yet.
Yeah, it helps when you're it's like me, I don't have to sell either, so it's easier not to sell. So if I ever did have to, of course, for my family or something, of course I would. But fortunately that never came up, and it's now I don't have to worry anymore, because I'm retired and that. I can definitely relate to that. And the people that do that, I guess if they have a good enough reason, okay, so be it. But it doesn't make you feel very good. That's for sure.
Yeah.
Now, if they overpay, then okay, then they can flip it for less.
Yeah.
Oh, they overpay.
I guess if I were to sell something and I had to put it online, I would charge more than what it's going for. So I feel better at night. I could sleep better. I don't know. I don't know how I deal with it.
What is your most prized possession right now that you have? I think I know what Gary's is. I'm pretty sure it's plenty.
Gary, what's yours?
Well,
look at that face.
My Charizard collection, of course, is
Gary's face.
Yeah.
Are you sure, Gary?
My Charizard collection's my my pride and joy. And I know I've sold 2 cards out of that in 10 years. And one was to Steve Aoki and one was to Logan Paul. And that's because I thought it would really help the hobby. And so besides that, I haven't sold any, but my Charizard collection is the most important. And like with Logan, after he bought that card, a week later, I ended up buying 2 PSA 10 Shadowless cards for the same amount of money. Shadowless Charizards for the same money he paid. And so, I just added to my collection with him. So I would say my Charizards, they're kind of my identity. Everybody seems to know me by that.
Yeah.
At least the newer people. The old timers know me from many years ago with all my stuff. But with the Pawn Stars episode and showing the Charizards and that's kind of the newer people. They know me by that. So, but I would still say that's my identity and my most precious collectible. What about you, Hillary?
That's a tough one because I have so many things that I cherish. One of my favorite things in my video game collection would be a new in-box Nintendo 64. I think that's gotta be one of my favorite things.
Anna knows about those, I think.
Yeah, I have a good sealed video game collection that I don't really talk about much on here, but as far as Pokemon cards, I'd have to say, well, of course I have Charizards. But I really cherish my e-reader series cards. I think those would be my favorite in my collection. I don't have any sealed, but I have quite the collection. And I like sharing those because a lot of people, don't get to see those or have never heard of them, especially newer collectors. And I think those are my favorite cards in all of Pokemon.
Those are pretty rare too. They didn't make as many during that era. So yeah, that's those are tremendous collectibles.
Yeah, I really cherish not just the art, but that unique border that they have.
Yeah.
And
when it first came out,
if you had to pick one thing, what would you pick?
One thing. Wow. Well, that's a good one. I was not prepared for a question for this. I don't have Shadowless box that yet. I do want that, but I don't think I'll ever in the future.
Mhm.
But I think it's more sentimental. It's a Pikachu that I have that's from a Secret Pikachu from Raising Rivals.
Oh.
And it's like probably an $80 card, but
Mhm.
I got that card when I got my dog, so I really like that. It's probably not worth a lot, but it's very sentimental. But that's the card. But probably just my sealed collection that I have, my Wizard of the Coast in my storage unit. So that's probably about it. But other than that, but yeah, but that card, I really love that card. I haven't got that card graded, so I mean, I don't think I was a little bit paranoid, but I'll probably, if I were to grade that card,
right? You didn't want to lose it in the mail, or
yeah, if I were to grade it, it's probably gonna be express, but I'll see. I'll
Right.
see. I mean, I'm already in crazy. I gotta have a big bill coming from PSA, so but but yeah. But other than that. All right, you guys, about an hour and a half. I think I'm gonna head to bed soon. I know it was great talking to you guys.
Yeah.
But you guys are so wonderful. I want to let you guys know. Thank you, Hillary. Thank you, Gary. Please continue to do great work. And I love the series. I am here to help. Open arms. I will ask my friends, and they're lovely, lovely people, and I want to hear them as well. But I great to the series, so
That's tremendous.
let me know.
Thank you for doing it with us.
No, thank you for getting me back on my feet, and realizing, hey, you know, there's the community out there that still welcomes you. So
that's right. Oh, and loves you.
If you ever want me on your channel, I'll be available.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. So
I'd love to see that. Yeah.
Absolutely. I would like to do that a lot. I think I'm going to probably go back and forth. I'm not going to do box break because I think that's a lot of work.
Yeah.
But get back. You know, actually one final question, and I think I've had to head out because I'm so excited. I really like doing this. Both of your opinion. Is it just me, or it seems like the hype's slowly dying down just a tad bit?
I think so.
Yeah, I would say somewhat. I would say somewhat, but I think that's just a natural. Even though it's a little bit of a downturn, it's a progression. You know, it's a normal. It's been going on for 20 plus years, and just don't think there's not going to be another spike, because believe
I agree.
there's going to be. And don't get discouraged. Don't short sell your stuff.
You can sell it to me.
Yeah, this hobby. Yeah, right. True. This hobby is safe. Yeah, this hobby is safe, and it'll be safe for many, many years. So, yeah, definitely, it's gone down. But what do we expect? It was crazy this last 2 years.
Super. Yeah, and it really is just like the waves of the ocean with Pokemon. It's not going anywhere.
No.
Pokemon. And when they release a new game and they release a new, card series, it's just it just goes in waves. And I think it's here to stay for the long haul.
Gotcha.
Well, thank you so much, guys.
Bye, guys.
Have
a good night, Hillary. We'll
see you soon.
Gary. We'll talk.
Bye.
Let me know. And if you guys need any questions on tax or anything, let me know.
Yes.
Okay. Deal.
Thanks so much.
Right.
Bye, guys.
Bye-bye.
Take care.
Take
Bye,
care.
everyone. Bye, audience.
Bye.
Bye.